black.
the water district.
Oh, power went off. But
I
they
told them,
ended
well,
up
you might as well
like
fill in
5
too.
different counties.
Yeah.
Before
Oh, but
power
it's
goes off
obviously
again and
Save
Oh,
the
you
trip
saw
card.
it.
people don't have water.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
How you doing?
And I was trying to call to see if
Want an
they were
agenda,
open,
Dave?
and they evidently their phone's electric, so
Dave,
nobody answered.
agenda.
But I called APS and they said it'd be on at 4, but it turned out they got it at 3.
Oh, well, I saw it too.
Cindy.
Oh, thank you. So 5 counties.
How are you today? Good?
Hello.
Crazy.
Hello. I didn't
Yeah.
see you. You're like camouflaging.
Yeah.
I just got on a I-17 and the traffic
Nope.
is at a standstill.
Oh, no.
So I started to get off at Anthem Way because I got, there's no point in trying, and I got right up the Anthem Way and they started moving. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was just a lot of little accidents, you know.
There'd be more people here.
And, just everybody
Despite the
driving crazy.
People
They're
when
too
I have to
fast
put
or
my
too
shoes on, I
slow.
keep them on the
Yeah,
porch.
don't slow
Yeah.
down.
Wherever they
And
wet.
they know nothing about driving in the
moist.
rain.
I didn't know it rained that
It's
much
heavy traffic.
under my roof.
I got stuck out there, I think it was last 2023, or if it was early. This guy
Time
was,
schedule.
had,
and
was
budgeting.
hauling cars.
Well, I see you're all wound up too late.
Some of them were inside this trailer,
Oh, yeah.
and it caught on fire.
Were
And
you
we
able
sat
to
up
watch
for
the
2.5
video
hours
today?
while
Yeah.
we
I
were
couldn't
moving
connect
on.
with it. Wouldn't let me.
Oh, it's a shame.
And
That's where
there's
my
no
stuff
way to
is. I
get
can
anywhere,
barely see
or
anything.
get home. And that's the only way for us.
Yeah,
Past
oh, yeah,
9 to
one
0.
right in and one right
Did you
out.
get to see
Yeah.
Diddy Lane yesterday?
So, that's 9 to 0. With a recommendation to move forward, recommendation to,
Oh, did you?
yeah, so we're 9 to 0 too.
Oh.
Committee.
Yeah.
Really
Such a
good.
long time. I figured Bob would be stuck
I don't
on
know
it.
about that.
You did pretty good.
That's just the committee.
I did, it's 9 to 0 from the committee.
But it's just the committee.
Do pass recommendation.
It's just
Or does it have to come
Yeah,
down?
don't get ahead of yourself.
I was actually down in the valley.
He was coming
It's
out,
wonderful.
so he was
Much
beyond.
more
407.
That's me, you know.
Programmed it in, it's a 45-minute drive.
My faith tells me.
That doesn't give me
Exactly.
any sleep on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
very
need lunch. So I mean, you did that, it was 5 o'clock.
Yep, I'm sure she did. I wanted to hear her.
Yeah, I hate this.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for coming. My name is Dave Moore, the chair of the Black Canyon City Water Improvement District Board. I would like to call to order the Black Canyon City Water Improvement District Tuesday, January 23, 2024, regular board meeting and reorganization meeting, which is open in the public and being held at the Black Canyon City Public Library. And our first order of business is roll call. And I'm Dave Moore, Chair.
Mary Urbina, Secretary.
Dorothy Moore, treasurer.
And Jed Carter could not make it this evening, as well as Jeremy Bruckner. So we have 3 of the 5 board members here and meet quorum. From management, we have Sarah Rabina and Bob Honus. And from the public,
Dave McMath.
Tina Bear. Eva Burst.
Cindy Melandro?
Thomas Strezak, owner user.
all right. Thank you all for coming again. Appreciate that very much. Agenda item 2 is our customary reflection time. So if we could have a moment of silence, we'd appreciate that. Okay, thank you. Agenda item 3 is board member reports. Any members?
I have nothing, smooth.
Really?
No.
Okay. How about you?
I hung up the water angel flyers.
Oh, the water angel flyers.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, one at Harmel Plaza, one at the post office, one at Ron's Market. I think there was another one.
Mm-hmm.
I forget where. Anyway. That's it for me.
All right, thank you very much. I just have a couple as well. Posted the Water Angel on Facebook. Sarah has already received a donation. Right, Sarah?
Yes, one.
One so far. You can promote it a little more. It's a good program. As well as this evening's agenda is posted on our website. And the meeting minutes for the December 14th special meeting were posted. And the November minutes were posted as well. Yeah, that's the end of my report. Okay, agenda item 4 is our reorganization of board members. Every year we are required by law to reorganize the board. Unfortunately, we don't have 2 members here. So I guess we'll just stick them where we put them.
So.
Randy, do you have any desire to change positions?
No.
Dorothy, do you want to move out of the treasurer position? And I'll take the chairman position again then. That leaves Mr. Carter as vice chair, unless he wants to switch, and that leaves Jeremy Bruckner as member at large. No other questions, and may I have a motion to approve the slate of officers as David Moore, chair, Randy Rubina, secretary, Dorothy Moore, treasurer, Jed Carter, vice chair, and I'll correct the record at this point because it's agenda item 11. It will be no member at large. That office will be vacant.
I'll make such a motion.
Randy so moves.
1 second.
Dorothy seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Okay. Any questions you guys have from the members of the public that you'd like to ask during public call? Write them down and turn them in before public call, and we'll address what other questions you might have, or comments, or criticisms, or praise.
What they have to do with things on the agenda.
We can leave that off, that's fine. Agenda item number 5 is the approval of the December 19th and December 26th, 2023 regular board meeting minutes. So has everybody gone through these 2 meeting minutes? And are there any corrections on either one of them?
I told Sarah. I remember.
Okay, so you already communicated that to Sarah?
And I don't see anything on the December 19th. Or the 31st, no.
I didn't have any on the 19th either. Let's see if I have any notes on the 26th. make a motion, if there are no other comments, I'll make a motion to approve the December 19th and December 26th regular board, the December 19th special board meeting and the December 26th regular board meeting. May I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Alright, motion carries unanimously. Agenda item number 6, Treasurer's Financial Report for approval on December 31st. Dorothy, can you give us the update?
Okay. Financial management report for approval as of 12/31/2023. QuickBooks balances for all bank accounts as of November 30th, 2023. Total all accounts, beginning total is $645,533.49. The ending total is $653,751.88. That's a positive difference of $8,218.39. Also, 2 monthly cash management reports are attached showing actual total receipts deposited all sources in December, $57,255.85, and less journal cash account entries. BMO monthly analysis bank fee, including the scanner fee, was $176.96. BMO bank merchant fees, debit and credit card processing fees, $287.98. BMO to return checks, $429.20. BMO paper rolls for check scanner, $50.65. Actual total disbursements for the month in December was $48,092.67. It's noted that disbursements included a payment to Whittington's law firm of $685. Total all accounts balancing with above reconciliation was $8,218.39. The December billing total was $46,766.06. The December gallonage was 4,077,000 gallons. The previous month was 5,066,000 gallons. The December 2022 comparison was 3,442,000 gallons. Total for the fiscal year 2023-2024 was 30,641,000 gallons for 5 months. The previous 2022 comparison was 29,241,000 gallons for 5 months. Financials include QuickBook invoices 3464 to 3492, enhanced audits number 21397 through 21486, with the accounts receivable in both enhanced and QuickBooks balancing at $35,616.22. Credit and debit card payments, there's a total of 123 transactions processed. Batch number 404 to 425. There were 70 debits and 53 credits. That total processed was $10,809.20. Review of all audit adjustments was done. Delinquent and penalty fees posted. Final reads, refund of security deposits, rereads, correction, turn on, turn offs. No impact fees were processed in December. Attached are the monthly general journal entries for approval, respectfully submitted by Sarah Rabina Management and Dorothy Moore, Treasurer.
Thank you, Dorothy.
I have a correction. The total the total gallons for the fiscal, it says 5 months, it should be 6. Yeah, I know, smack my hand.
Oh, thank you.
I didn't notice that.
That's okay, I messed up the agenda. I had it as January 24th of 2023. The first time.
We reposted it.
Yeah, you reposted it for us, yeah.
Okay.
I don't have any questions. Randy?
No, I don't.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the financial management report as of December 31st of 2023. May I have a second?
I guess I have to say. A second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Alright, motion carries
I'll
unanimously.
accuse myself.
Did you?
Yeah, I have to. Sarah made it up. I can't.
Well, speak up, man.
I just did.
Okay.
And you say it, you have to say it.
Aye.
Okay.
Sarah, who made the motion?
You did.
You did.
Thank you.
Alright, second,
Okay.
and we all.
Alright, we have 2 ayes and 1 recusal.
Yes.
Hey, could you do me a favor? Cause I'll do this every time, I guarantee it.
No.
Could you recuse like
Immediately.
Right away.
before anybody?
Sure, I can do that.
One of us better
I mean,
remember it.
You know,
I just thought you were whispering.
no,
Thank you.
I'm just
We-
mellow tonight.
We have 2 ayes, 1 recusal, motion carries. Agenda item 7 is the operations report for approval as of January 19th. Bob, could you update us on that?
Yes, okay, so we had 34 work orders, completed 34, that included 1 turn-off, 1 turn-on, 2 turn-offs, 7 meter valve box repair replacement, 10 main line or service line leaks repairs, 5 well booster pumps system repairs, 7 rereads or final reads, 0 customer pressure conditions, and then 4 customer services. So we had a turn on Mesquite, a turn off on Kingsway and Wanda Way, Wanda Drive. The one at Kingsway was a leak, and that was it's the mobile home park. And so there was 2 leaks at that facility. But we mentioned that we repaired 1 leak last month. We had a second leak. Well, there was 2 leaks at the same time. We repaired 1, and we had to go back because there was still water, so we repaired it at a second location. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, we had 5 meters go bad that we replaced, and then 2 auto reads that they went bad, so we replaced those. Repairs, we actually had 8 repairs, and then 2 leak investigations. The investigation led to, they were on the resident side of the meter, so we didn't have to repair those. We had 1 mainline leak at Mud Springs and Wagon Wheel. And the rest were at the meters. The well booster pump system repair site maintenance. Big John, we had to change out a chlorine pump. We had a leaky globe valve at April, and we also did some weatherproofing at the April site in Happy Jack. And then we had a chlorine leak again at Big John. We had 4 rereads. 3 were our bad. Sarah made adjustments for us, and then the one on Ridgeway was okay. We had 3 final reads: Golden Lane, Kingsway, and Navy Line. Customer service. We have we had service line questions on Oasis. It's a new service. They just had questions on cost and just what it takes to get connected. We had an odor issue on April.
Sorry.
Joe investigated. He didn't smell anything coming from the water. They were thought that it might be a septic tank backing up in the area. Then the one on Saguaro, we went out for a reread, and the meter was running backwards. They have a well on their property, so they were backfeeding our system with their well.
Whoa.
They've now installed the backflow preventer. So we are to correct this in the future. It was going to go down to DWR pull all of the well registrations for Black Canyon City and make sure that everybody has a backflow preventer if they have a well and they're in our district. And we can verify whether they're connected or not. If they're not connected, it's not a big deal. If it's connected, then they need to have a backflow so that we can protect our system.
Backflow or backflow preventer?
Backflow preventer.
Is we talking about the $1,000 product here?
Yep. Something that's testable.
Yeah, they're not
In
gonna
order
like that.
Yeah, in order for us to have confidence in it and
Yeah, yeah.
protecting our system, it has to be testable and it has to be tested annually. So we will start looking into all that. Let's see, we did not take the quarterly samples yet for arsenic. I pulled the coliform samples today, so we'll have results shortly. Haven't had any issues with that. Our chlorine levels were fine in the system, so I don't expect any issues. And then we had the annual samples, those remained the same. Well stats, the wells did drop a little. I don't see any reason for concern. We just went through the driest period of the year normally, during the fall, into winter. So I expect those numbers to pop back up a little bit. Project still working on the WIFA meter replacement. Still working on the water service meter replacement. Working on the paperwork for WIFA. Technical assessment. Working with Tom. I did speak with Tom today. So I emailed him last week. Spoke to him today. He is going to rewrite the proposal for them to cover the first 25,000. So it sounds like what we're going to get is WIFA will cover the first 25,000, and it's not a 50-50. We got to out of the 25 we would pay 12 and a half. We would pay 12 and a half. We're trying to get that in writing so that we can go forward with this project.
We'll have to have another resolution on it. I can almost guarantee you that with WIFA, because they've already drafted all of the documents. So, but I mean, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, and I'll believe it when I see something in writing.
Right, and the hope is WIFA's going to cover the first 25, and if we can get all the work done in the first 25,000, then we don't have to spend the district's money. And that was what I was trying for there. Was just
Right.
save the district some money. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
I got you.
Yep.
I got you. Well, I hope it works. I hope
Yeah.
it works.
Oasis Electrical, we're continuing to clean that up. We mounted frequency drive. And hopefully Friday we will run controls so we can start running Oasis well site. Just one well, because each well needs its own frequency drive. We will have a lead pump at Oasis on a frequency drive, and that will help with our water hammers. It'll reduce our water hammers and hopefully our line breakages.
Reduce. Yeah.
Yep.
That would be great.
Yep. And then at GOA, we just continue to work on cleaning up electrical. That's all she wrote.
I have a question.
Okay.
Hold on. Back. I didn't. Well, my first question is I did not know that a water meter could run backwards. I had no idea that it could run backwards.
Yeah, whatever way the water is flowing.
If the well pressure is greater than ours, it's gonna flow backwards.
Is there a legal document we can point to that's going to require the
Yes.
preventer? There is. Okay.
Yep. DEQ requires us to protect our system.
Okay. Well, that does it. And the other question is, how did you catch these 5 bad meters?
With the help of Sarah.
I knew that, Mom.
Most of them were reading zeros for several months again. And so
Okay.
they figured people were living there, so we should change out the meters.
Yeah.
So we're doing that stuff.
Yeah.
Are the bushes and grass and whatever being kept down around the well
Yep.
site
Yep, they're weed whacking on a regular basis, and
after all this rain?
Yep. they
Really
will be
get bad.
popping up again,
Yeah.
yeah. One thing I forgot to mention is the blue stakes and the pink slips. So we had
Oh.
65, so we continue to have a ton of blue stakes. We had 65 blue stakes and 98 pink slips. Just so get those on the record.
Wait.
It'd be the second page.
Second page, what?
Oh, there, yeah.
98.
98, that's like a new record.
Is it? Wait, is there?
It's, yeah,
It's
probably.
creeping up there.
94 was our last, did that, man.
Yeah.
That's why I hope this water angel thing, I mean, it might help with that a little bit. A little, every little bit helps. The blue stakes, is that still all pretty much coming from Cox?
Mm-hmm.
Were you, at last meeting, were you gonna call them and talk to them about that? This is not all new territory that you're doing. I mean, the law probably requires you have to do it every 30 days or
Every
whatever.
15 days if they
15
call.
days.
Yep. And so the law states if anybody that calls in a blue stake, you have to go on a blue stake.
Right.
You know, if it's within our district, obviously. And then if the work's not done and they're still digging, it's past the 15 days, you have to go, they gotta call back in and you gotta go back out and re-blue stake.
Okay, so that might be causing a lot of this
That
problem.
is, Joe's re-blue staking a lot of stuff.
Now, if you've already blue staked it, this is my last question on the blue stake. If you've already blue staked it, like this whole Mesquite, Kings Way, all the way in,
Right.
all of it. And you go out there and you spot check them, you don't have to respray them, do you?
You gotta respray them, you gotta freshen up your marks.
Even if they don't need to be freshened up.
They gotta look new. So if they look new, you're good.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
If they don't look new, they'll call you back and say you didn't blue stake.
Okay, thank you. There's nothing else. May I have a motion to approve the management operations report from December 23rd to January 19th of 2024.
Yes, I'll make a motion to approve the operations report as presented.
All right, Randy so moves, I'll second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Agenda item number 8. Big John well number 3, the WIFA Water District borrowing resolution. The resolution number is 2024-01-23. Today's this resolution doesn't do anything other than resolve to approve the loan.
To apply for it.
Yeah, exactly. And it basically says, a resolution of the Black Canyon City Water Improvement District of Black Canyon City of Yavapai County, Arizona, to authorize the loan for a drinking water state revolving fund loan from Water Infrastructure Finance Authority of Arizona. Whereas the Black Canyon City Water Improvement District of Yavapai County has identified a need for a drinking water capital improvement project, and whereas pursuant to Arizona Revised Statutes 48-1019, the district may obligate the revenues generated by its drinking water system to repay a loan from the Water Infrastructure Finance Authority of Arizona, and whereas it's in the district's best interest to approve the loan and apply for financial assistance from the Water Infrastructure Finance Authority of Arizona of an amount not to exceed $466,300 for the construction of the new Big John well number 3. Now therefore be it resolved by Black Canyon City Water Improvement District of Yavapai County, Arizona as follows. And then I'm not gonna read all of this because it's basically a repeat of everything I just read, only it's sectioned. But it's the same $466,300 payable from revenues of the drinking water system, etc. The district manager and staff are authorized to take such action as necessary to execute the repayment for the financial assistance, etc. Are there any questions on the resolution?
So what are we responsible for of the 460?
I'll give it in round numbers, but don't hold me to it. I didn't write it down, but it's approximately 100 and almost 50, so it's about $150,000 plus the interest, which is not set until the loan closes. However, the documents I have show 3%. I don't know what interest has done lately. I don't know if it's gone up, if it's gone down. I know if we carried that loan out for 20 years, which we're not gonna do, we're obligated to keep it for 10, which is not the preference, but it's not bad. We have to pay that interest for 10 years. But in the meantime, we can use those funds that we didn't pay off the loan with for other capital improvements or emergency repairs. So we've got more funds available. However, if we had carried it 20 years, the documents say it's $50,000 in interest. So you take the 150 and the 50, you're at $200,000 we would be responsible for. The loan being shortened down is gonna reduce the interest. How much, I do not know. But obviously, it's gonna reduce the interest by the number of years. That is why when I have been asked in public records requests, etc., and in previous meetings, I say no more than $200,000 total is what the district's liability would be for Big John number 3 with this loan. But both of you know what happens when you drill a well. You can always have things that come up that are not anticipated. Okay. And we do it in accounting when we're all done. Sarah feeds it to the board with an accurate accounting of exactly what that cost and what it was budgeted for. So we know if we came in under or if we came in a little over. Does that answer your question? Okay. Any other questions? No? All right, may I have a motion to approve resolution number 2024-01.23, which is a resolution to approve the loan with WIFA not to exceed the amount of $466,300 minus the forgiveness as I explained previously.
Kills me, but I'll make such a motion.
And I understand where you're coming from. I'll second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Yeah. Randy, the days are gone where you could just go out there and call whoever you wanted to call and say,
yes.
this is what I want, here's what I want it.
Nobody wants to get their hands
and
slapped
then you
today.
type it all, and by the time you're all done, it's $60,000.
Anyway.
Just
I looked up what the last well I drilled.
the last well you drilled is GOA number 3.
Well, yeah, not that one before that.
You don't want to count that one.
Well, even that one was under 50. Yeah, it was.
No.
With the
No.
engineer was 14 grand.
No.
What do you mean no? Sure.
No, Sarah, you know that story. She accounted it.
Really?
Yeah. No, we
Yeah,
got
The other
Sure.
one was, yeah. 'cause we did
the
that.
other one you did
It was
forget.
30,000 to drill it, but then we got a credit on that 30. I remember it was less than 30 plus the engineering.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, just stupid.
And the one before that, was 14,000. And that's what happened now today with all this inflation. It's totally ridiculous.
Wow.
Engineers,
I know,
I hate them.
I do too.
Sorry,
No, I understand.
but what do you do?
Okay, number 9.
Yes, agenda item number 9. This was brought to the board by a member of the public. They wanted the Rural Community Assistance Partnership, which is RCAP. The same member of the public also had a secondary request that was RCAC, and they're connected, so we'll talk just briefly about both of those. RCAP is a company that's based out of Massachusetts, as the member of the public knows. RCAC is a company based out of California, and they offer technical assistance for water distribution systems, special districts, as well as corporate water distribution systems, and wastewater. They target rural communities, obviously, it's in their name. Some of the functions they provide and services, they charge for. There's a few that they do not, but, that's enough said on that. It was brought to the board in conjunction with the lead service line and galvanized lines in our system. That's why it was brought. It was said that RCAP offered that technical assistance.
I don't believe we need it. We know where the galvanized lines are.
You know
We
where
know
those,
exactly where everyone is. We have no lead lines, none. There's none in the system.
have you told Bob that?
Hmm?
Have you told Bob that?
I believe so. Anyway, there is
Yeah.
not. There's not a lead line in
Oh.
the system.
Really?
In 22 years, I haven't found one. No, there's not a lead line.
You knew this too?
Galvanized, yeah.
I mentioned that to you in our last meeting
Oh, when we got together or on the phone?
when we got together.
Yeah, I recall you saying you didn't think there was any lead line.
No, there's not.
Okay, okay.
I mean, I
That's great.
dug up completely everywhere and
So we just gotta deal with the lead.
galvanized, and we know where every galvanized line is. I can
We
spit them off right now.
We think,
Right, right. Well, and so we still have to do the survey.
Yeah, you still
oh,
got to do a
sure,
survey.
sure, yeah, and that's, I'm sure that's
But
gonna
it
be a
shouldn't be
little
difficult,
time consuming.
knowing where they all are, you know. If your team doesn't know, I can tell them, because I know where they are.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And there is quite a few, don't get me wrong, we have a lot of galvanized lines here.
Mhm.
We replaced a lot through the years, but there's still a lot in the system. You know, 4-inch and 2-inch.
Define a lot.
I'm sorry?
Define a lot,
Oh, bet you,
2,000 feet?
oh, no more than that.
I was afraid you were
You got
gonna
all
say
Lisa Drive,
all of Lisa?
all Lisa's galvanized, behind the commercial.
Oh,
property, that's all
the alley,
galvanized.
the alley?
Huh?
Is that the alley?
Yeah.
Well, it's no alley no more, but yeah, that's all galvanized, 4-inch. What's that street, used to be, over off of, K Field. They renamed it,
Golden,
Golden Lane. Golden Lane's 2-inch galvanized.
Abbott Alley.
Yeah, Abbott Alley.
Galvanized.
Abbott Alley is part galvanized, part PVC, but yeah, it's 2-inch. We've got a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot. I mean, the big one's Lisa Drive. Lisa Drive's several thousand feet. Not in good shape either. I don't know if you guys ever done anything, but breaks now and then. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Some of it was slated in the capital improvement projects,
Oh, a lot of it was.
yeah, but
Why
never,
wasn't it
never
done?
got to them, you know, because of cost and looking at what needed to get done first.
Yeah, I remember you telling me Lisa Drive was gonna be a nightmare.
Yeah,
I have a
it's
lot
gonna
of
be
questions.
expensive, and you're not servicing many people, but it's still gonna have to get done
Gotta
eventually.
get done
Yeah.
eventually.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's see. We've established, Bob, that you absolutely do not need any assistance.
We do not, no, we got the
Okay.
inventory under control.
All right, so that takes care of that. There's no approval required for that, board discussion only. Agenda item number 10, which is the management office, advertising and potential placement agency. As we stand right now, by the end of July, Sarah will be retiring.
Finally,
Yeah. Bob had taken the mantle on to try to find a replacement for Sarah and was successful at some points. And then, why don't you explain what happened with that a little bit, just an overview.
Yeah, so, the people that I'd been in contact with, the majority of them, the hang-up was the office being open. The time that needed to be spent at the office. Most of them wanted to do the work remotely. So manning the office, 4 or 5 days a week was burdensome for them. So that's kind of where it breaks down. We have the ability to find the accounting, as long as it, again, is off-site, just finding somebody local that can do that, has been troublesome.
Thank you, appreciate that. On this issue, on the advertising, Sarah has already put together an ad, so to speak, of what we're looking for and the qualifications that she is looking for and what they need to be able to do or be trained to do, and that's all in the ad. We'll advertise it starting first in Black Canyon City for a week, 2. If nothing happens there, then we'll broaden it a little bit outside of Black Canyon City. Would very much appreciate this not being advertised by anyone except with what is put out by the district. Shake your head all you want, Tom. I am requesting that you not do that.
We have a right
Because
to do it.
you will create a problem for Sarah.
I'll deal with the people. Yes, I will deal with them.
Are you hiring them?
I'm gonna talk to the people. They have a right to a bid package.
They do.
Bid package?
I think so. Pretty sure.
at this point, there isn't a bid package, is there?
No.
No, what happened with your training? And why were you training somebody not considering bids?
We
I have that meeting, it's noted.
looking for talent.
In the family talent,
No.
in-house talent, if
No.
you will? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, because
It
I'm
will
gonna do
end
what
up,
I have a right to
it
do.
will end up going out to bid.
Well,
Right now,
you
we're
know it
trying to
will.
find
You
talent.
know it will this time. Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's it for that. Agenda item 11, board member resignation letter and posting the vacancy. Jeremy Bruckner has resigned effective January 1st. He sent a resignation letter in that says, I, Jeremy Bruckner, member at large, come before the Black Canyon City Water Improvement District Board and owner users on behalf of myself and my family. As most of you know, I have been called to a greater demand. My call as a supportive father and husband, educator and student has increased. So it is with sadness but honor I present this statement. Our youngest daughter has decided to embark on a dedicated life of dance. She is currently taking 4 classes a week and soon will be 8 classes a week. With a variety of dance, she'll be working. I will be traveling with her to her training session. This decision is preparing her for the dream of becoming a young dance teacher. As a supportive father and mother as she has, we are shifting our lives to promote and help her pursue that dream. My wife and I are certified yoga instructors. With that, education and growth is ongoing, so my practice must stay consistent in order for growth to happen. With my increase in teaching and continued education, I'm finding a hard time balancing my attention on my studies, my personal practice, my students, and the functions and decisions of Water District. So it is with sadness but absolute respect and gratitude that I publicly declare and announce my resignation from position as board member at large effective January 1st, 2024. Respectfully signed, Jeremy Bruckner. So with that, we will be posting a vacancy for a board member in the next day or two, probably. Sorry to see him go. He had some background in water. He had some very good board attributes, but we wish him all the best. He's a good board member. No board action required there, obviously. Agenda item 12 is called to the public. Members of the general public can address the board and make comments, suggestions, or complaints on the above matters or any other issue or matter of concern during public call. Those wishing to address the board need not request permission in advance. Board action during public call is limited to individual members responding to criticism by the public, directing staff or a board member to study the matter, or placing the matter on a future board meeting agenda. Anybody have any questions that they've written down? Oh, thank you, Tina. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you for the congrats. Is it? Tina, you wrote a book.
I have a lot of questions.
You
and
do?
I'd like
Okay.
to answer.
Can you validate with receipts security installed for the 5,000 already approved?
I'll take that as a no. Next
Oh,
question.
no, that's not.
Well, it's not on the agenda, so technically.
No.
It doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
You can certainly request those.
So I'll request
Public.
that on the agenda to
No.
answer that?
You just send a public record request to Sarah.
How much will that cost?
Whatever pieces of paper are required, not many. I'll pay for it. Has the audit been completed? Can't answer that. Any update on the hate crime commit? Can't answer that. What's the status of the, can't answer that. Is it what's contractual agreement?
Could you read the whole question for us, please?
Well, I can't answer it, so, but I will.
Shouldn't they know what the question is?
I will
You're
read
being
it
muzzled.
into, I thought I
You're
was
being
speaking
muzzled.
loud enough.
One at a time.
Has the audit been completed? I cannot answer. Any update on the hate crime? I cannot answer. What's the status on the 5,000 reward money? I can't answer. Is it what's contractual agreement to read meters monthly? Can't answer the question. Does Black Canyon City Water Improvement District require WET to have separate insurance to cover any liability? And answer, has any insurance claims been filed against WET? Can't answer that. After Big John 3 is complete, will Black Canyon City Water Improvement District, will the district continue to lease current Big John well being leased? Can't answer that. Wait, you got an arrow here. How much and what has been done with Big John 3? How much is the total amount of Big John 3? That was covered pretty much on agenda item number 8. How do you know where every galvanized and lead lines are when you didn't know where 20 plus meters were? We answered where the lead lines were. There aren't any. The galvanized lines was discussed in detail on an agenda item. Will requirements be posted for the at-large? Already been answered during the board meeting. You can copy and I can keep this and
That's okay.
respond to you.
That's okay.
Tell her, so does she send a copy of her questions to Sarah at the office? What does she do?
Well, I just told her if she gave me
You
that,
can't answer
I
them.
would email.
He can't answer.
I
them
can't
in public
answer
call.
during the board meeting because it's not on the agenda. I can certainly answer every single one of those questions in an email to you,
Okay.
and I have your email.
So she should send you,
An email? No, I should ask for it to be on the agenda. Correct?
You're gonna get, no, you could actually tear that paper off and I'll put it in an email with answers on it. But in any event, I just cannot answer.
How can you answer me privately and not answer me publicly? There's
This
the problem.
meeting is called to order and it does not allow me to discuss issues or the board to discuss issues that are not on the agenda in detail. So I'm not trying to be difficult, I'm just saying I can't answer them during the meeting. Treasurer's report mentions expenses, bank fees totaling about 1,000 were mentioned. Can't answer either one of those, other than, Dorothy, you can.
well, what is the question?
48,000, see if you can answer that.
Okay, the 48,000 were regular
The checks.
disbursements, checks. So.
For
that's
what?
Huh?
For what?
Well,
Let me see.
Such
let me
as
see the-
APS, management costs, the Lofton equipment, which is service on the generators, sales tax, some supplies from USA Blue Book, Unisource, which is the gas for the generators. Hill Brothers is where we get chemicals, area disposal. So it's the total of all the checks that were issued for the month.
Would that include whatever the operations, whatever?
Yes, I said
needs?
management, mhm.
Well, is that you and Bob together?
That's,
Okay.
yes, separately, but
Okay,
yes.
thank you, that answers that question.
Okay, does that answer your question, Tina? Okay.
okay. What's the next one?
What are the well levels?
Covered.
During the operations report covered.
He said they're a couple feet lower, but he didn't say the numbers, and I'd like to hear the numbers.
Oh, give her the rough numbers, Bob.
Yep. So Big John is sitting at a drawdown of 25.1. Oasis drawdown is 27.1, and GOA is 25.9.
Last month they were at like 21, weren't they?
Last month, drawdown was 23.8, 27, and 22.5.
Thank you.
And the well levels are, the static well levels are about 2 feet.
Correct, about that.
That's
How
what I
many-
was thinking of, static well level, I believe, because I was thinking of the 21.
How many hours a day do the well pumps run, Bob?
It varies. We run from 6 to 10 hours a day, depending on the site.
On the demand?
On the demand, yeah.
Some are longer,
Yeah, roughly that.
okay? You don't have a good idea of how many feet of pipe we have in the whole system, do you? I know it's miles, but I
We
mean,
do not,
okay.
but we will once we get the inventory done.
Once you what?
We will once we get the inventory done. That's all part of the inventory. Is getting the lineal feet.
Yeah. Yeah, there's maps of the piping system that Randy created on the entire set, bookload. And that's already answered. That should have answered all of your questions, Cindy. Okay,
Except for the last one,
the what?
the last one.
Oh, that was agenda item number 10, and within a matter of a couple, 3 days. The question is, when will the management position be advertised? A couple, 3 days. Does that answer the question?
Yeah, I'm just surprised you're gonna advertise it so soon.
No, they got
Oh, the
trained.
training time is not short.
Yeah,
For what Sarah does, the training time is not short. This isn't like a 2-week training deal. Yeah, so we need to get in front of this thing. So it'll be in the papers, and if we're not successful locally.
well, he's also talking about other papers than just the paper here.
Can I give this to you? There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Bob, I don't know if you can answer this question, but it's proposed on what we discussed in the operations report on the galvanized piping situation. Did you discuss that at a previous board meeting? Did you put a $600,000 to $700,000 estimate on that?
I don't remember putting an estimate
On
replacing the galvanized.
I don't know how you could, you didn't know how much was in the ground.
Right.
It's
Would you
not
like to know the
quantified
date?
as yet. Okay.
I'd like to know the date
Still
of the
have the
meeting.
floor, still have the floor, Tom?
Okay, I'd like that question answered.
The one that I just discussed?
Yeah, if
He
yes or
answered
no,
it.
did he?
Okay.
Does I have the date?
That I can't answer on, is there a
What you
consideration?
can't answer?
I'm gonna read it.
Oh, thank you.
Is the consideration for a WIP alone for that project, I assume you're talking about what we discussed, the
Well,
galvanized
you didn't read
pipe?
the question. $600,000 to $700,000. for galvanized pipe replacement. I understand the writing's not the greatest there.
I can guess at what you're saying here, but that was asked and answered. Did you not hear what Bob said?
You didn't mention the $600,000 to $700,000.
Did I not mention
But
$600,000 to $700,000?
I can give you the date of the meeting at which he said so.
Maybe I said, did you put any monetary amount on? Did you put any amount? Did you say $600,000 to $700,000?
You can give, yeah, you can give the date, but if he doesn't recall.
Yeah.
No, it's, okay, it'll be on video, so that's, you don't have to recall,
Okay.
it's on the record. Hello, Elaine. And congratulations.
You have to
No, it's
write
fine,
your
it's
question, you're not allowed to ask.
You know, I am not gonna write my question down.
Yes.
That is absolutely not a part of open, call at a meeting. And I just wanna vehemently, express my concern that questions aren't asked and recorded so that they can be addressed appropriately in meeting minutes. I have filed a complaint on this, from the last meeting, and I will file another one about this meeting. This is the only district I know, and I've talked to many, that, the board asked that, owner users or the public write down their questions.
Is that all?
Yeah,
Thank you for your comment. All right. Miss Melandro.
I would just like one part of one question that I think was not answered. As for the member at large opening that now exists or will exist, I'm not exactly sure when. I know Jeremy resigned as of January 1, I guess, according to his letter.
Yes.
How long will that position remain open until a decision is made?
Until we have candidates send in a letter of intent to fill the position. And that'll be on the advertisement for the open position. Does that answer your question?
I wonder how many, do you just wait for one, or do you wait
No,
for
no, no,
four?
no, no.
Or
I
is
Is
it
it first come,
done?
first served, the first person that puts in their intent, you guys say, okay, you're on the water board.
Well-
First qualified person.
We're looking for someone that is qualified, but we're not gonna discount the first one that comes in the door, but we're not gonna grab the first one, no matter how qualified, just because they are. We may wait a week after that, because we don't have the next board meeting until February 27th.
So you pick the board member.
No. I do not pick the board member. The
The
board
board.
picks the incoming board member. I do not. And it is discussed in open session. What else?
I'm
Elaine?
not going to write it down. I would like an explanation as to why you're requiring us to write questions versus being able to just openly ask them. That was never, I don't understand that. And I think it warrants an explanation.
As I stated when this was implemented at the very last meeting, I will state it again.
Good, thank you.
You speak a lot because you have a lot of comments, suggestions, maybe a complaint or two, questions. Tom, when he is here, has a lot of questions. We have new people like Cindy, Eva, and Dave's been here a lot recently. Tina has been here a little, not as much as Dave recently, but, and I said right then and there that I know you're gonna have comments, and I know Tom will have comments. I wanna make sure, I watch the clock, because this is not gonna become an hour and a half, 2-hour meeting. It's just not. I will pick the people that are new or that don't speak hardly at all so that I can get them in, because their piece of paper has one question. And you are never one question or comment, and neither is Tom. And that's fair, because you're educated on this. But it's also fair that the people that come here that are newer have an opportunity to have their comments heard. And I stated that at the last meeting, not that in depth.
I think the
And
questions
that
need to be
is
read
why.
aloud, whether they're answered or not is irrelevant, but the questions need to be read aloud so people know what questions are being asked versus, questions and comments being, monitored or.
If you were at the meeting, you would have seen he did that. So,
Yeah,
On request, the meeting, the minute, it should just be read. So I'm wondering then, because I did send an email
Just the
about
last one.
asking, RCAC, which was RCAP, Rural Community Assistance, Corporation, about coming in and doing an assessment of the district, and this has been brought up before. I asked that it be put on the agenda. I'll ask again, because I think that would be a very important step to take for the security and just identifying the overall health of the district.
Right there.
it's on the agenda, we
It's on there.
discussed it.
You weren't here when we talked about it.
it's on the agenda.
This is for a rate assessment.
It's right there on the agenda.
A rate assessment? This is regarding a rate assessment. And I've asked about that before.
That item is agenda item 9, and I will briefly give you an overview of what I said. And that is that the member of the public brought it, and your RCAC was regarding the lead line.
No, it was
and
both.
the galvanized line, and also the rate
Assessment.
from them. I did not discuss the rate assessment because we're not going to ask for assistance on the rates this year because we still have Sarah and we still have a board that can make the determination of whether we need to raise rates or keep rates stable.
What about the owner users, the one who pay the bills? What about their thoughts on wanting a rate assessment? It goes beyond just the 4 or 5 people sitting at this table. It goes to the 850 user owners that pay for the district.
I'm sorry you missed the meeting. Fortunately, it was recorded, so you'll be able to see that, and I will respond to your comments about that in an email to Sarah.
No, it needs to be public. This is a public meeting. It's a public question. It should be a public answer.
Then send in an agenda item request to
Again?
Sarah.
I've already sent one. I will send another one.
Specifically, we are
Can I
out
have
of
try to
time.
clear
Thank you.
something? I believe maybe you
Wait,
confused.
Tom,
Oh, yes.
we're out of time. I'm sorry you didn't hear me say that. We're gonna,
Oh, okay, so you didn't answer my last question on there.
So-
Thank you, that's noted. And I'll put that up in the video so we can all see what the question was. Thank you, I'll take my question. You're finished,
No,
you're out
I
of
didn't see
time?
this.
I'll take my question, thank you. Here we go. Oh, that's all right, you had your chance. I'd like my question,
Yeah,
I
please.
don't know.
That's mine, and, excuse me,
My question,
There
may I
should be
have it?
public questions, Eva, not personal or private notes.
no, we're
Yes.
supposed to
I would just
submit.
like my
They're all
question
written
because you
down.
refused to
You're
answer
the
the
one
last
who
part of
refuses
it.
to write them down.
Okay.
You're
Everyone
right,
else
it's a
did.
public
So I feel
meeting.
that everybody should have a right to know.
the
question
time
that is
is,
not being answered.
Yes, James, I,
Time, Eva. Happens to you too.
oh,
Eva,
No, she was in a rush.
did you have a
I know,
question?
that's good to
yes, well, because,
You have the floor, Eva.
if I might, thank you, thank you. As an observer, and as I read the bottom about public call,
Yes.
okay, so it says, members of the general public can address the board and make comments, suggestions, or complaints. It says nothing here about asking questions.
Right.
I just wanted to clarify that.
Great, we'll just read the statutes. Thank you for pointing that out, Eva. And I'll make sure we get clarification on it. That was a very good comment, thank you.
Write down your questions, complaints,
No, I will not write down my questions. It's a public meeting.
And it won't be.
then it won't be
And then it
answered.
won't be answered. Time is 6:11. The meeting, our next meeting is February 27th, I believe, Sarah.
I believe so.
All right, and I said 6:11 already. Meeting is adjourned.
Thanks for another complaint.
Oh, I have spaghetti cooking. I know how to cook, and I'm eating spaghetti.
You know, it's not that I don't know how. I'm
Well,
choosing
I
not
didn't say
to.
that. I just said I made a good batch of
Well, then
spaghetti.
invite us over for spaghetti to help with you. You don't wanna come for pizza, invite us for spaghetti, I'm all right.
Order in a damn little board meeting, Dave.
Pizza's looking real good.
Here,
I'll join you.
it was on the agenda, you just didn't bother to show up.
Wait till you find out why she didn't show up.
Whoa.
Wait till you find out why. Yeah. Sorry it had to be this way, folks.
It's been nice and it's been fun, but it hasn't been really fun.
Good to see you. Good to see you. I hear you hang out at Home Depot.
Oh, I was in Home Depot the other day and this gorgeous guy came up, gave me a big hug.
We have a couple of friends back in Pennsylvania that he always teased them and said, well,
I
go to Home
am
Depot. And
committed to
it's
have
one
an
of the
orderly
people-
meeting.
and
I
they're
realize
looking
you're
for
still
stuff
recording
finder,
this.
You know?
I did a terrible job, and it seems like every time you show up, you have
Well, you
a
guys have
real
a good
problem
night.
with me.
Yes. Hey.
So we understand each
You
other,
never end.
but don't speak out of order
Are you
because
recording all
it
this?
disrupts the meeting.
Okay, good.
We clear?
You know,
See you,
I'm
Dave.
doing the best I can. This isn't my forte. This isn't what I do.
Really?
No, it's not.
We don't have to have public call
And
at
I
all.
wished I didn't have to do this.
Any other districts don't.
Mr. Streezak,
You
Well,
don't
many
touch.
districts do things a lot
one more
different than
time
here.
and I am
It's an
ending the
employment
Well,
call.
then, maybe you should move
You know,
No.
And that's legally
blame it on me.
within my
This is gonna
wheelhouse.
operate the way
Let
it
me ask
should.
you, if
If you feel that's what you need to do,
They are all
but
different
I
how
really
they
wouldn't
operate?
recommend it.
if they're all different how they operate, then
You wanna
It
talk,
seems
but
like
if anybody else
you could make
wants
the
to
choice
talk,
here
you
how to
walk away.
operate the way you want, if they're all different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, how are you? It's been a long time since I've seen you, I guess a month, huh?
I'm gonna go order all an extra large, extra cheese pizza.
Well, let's get out of this squirrel cage, and get back to normalcy.
Now, I will. You know the drill. You know the drill.
Dave, I do wanna thank you that you were gonna accommodate me. I appreciate that.
That I was gonna what now?
You were going to accommodate me to attend the meeting by telephone, and I appreciate that.
Let's see.